There's an entire busy world happening in this garden if we stop long enough to notice it. Everywhere we look, something seems to be moving. Bees buzzing from flower to flower, butterflies fluttering through the air, flowers blowing in the breeze, even tiny insects crawling in and out of petals. Hi, I'm Tina, and whenever I stop and watch a garden like this, I notice something new. So, let's slow down and take a closer look together. Join me on this wonder walk. Look at these bees for a moment. They're moving quickly from flower to flower. I wonder what they're looking for. Bees visit flowers to collect nectar for energy, but they're also picking up pollen all over those fuzzy legs. And if you look real close, you will see tiny yellow clumps on its legs. I know they might be hard to see, and not all bees have them, but those are pollen baskets. The bee packs pollen onto its legs, almost like tiny saddlebags, so it can carry it back to the hive. And did you know that some bees can carry pollen loads that are surprisingly heavy compared to its size? Depending on the bee and the conditions, those pollen baskets can hold around 1/3 to nearly half of the bee's body weight. That's pretty incredible for something so tiny. While these bees visit different flowers, some of that pollen rubs off. That helps flowers grow seeds and make new plants. So this tiny little insect is playing a huge role in the garden. I wonder how many flowers a single bee might visit in one day. And I wonder if it remembers which flowers it has already visited and which ones still have nectar left inside. Now take a look at some butterflies for a moment. Notice how differently they move compared to the bees. The bees seem busy moving from flower to flower, whereas the butterflies flutter and drift through the garden before landing on a flower, almost like they're dancing through the air. If you're able to get close enough when it lands on a flower, watch what happens near its mouth. You might get to see what looks like a long tube uncurling. It kind of looks like a long tongue. That's called a proboscis. Butterflies use it almost like a straw to drink nectar deep inside the flower, which I think is so incredible. The more we watch pollinators like these, the more we start to notice that different animals have different ways of visiting flowers and collecting pollen or nectar. And bees and butterflies aren't the only pollinators visiting flowers like these. Hummingbirds can be pollinators too, and so can beetles, ants, flies, moths, and even bats. It's pretty amazing that so many different animals can help plants. Now I'm wondering, are different pollinators attracted to different flowers? Maybe some pollinators are drawn to bright colors, or certain shapes, or even smells. The more we slow down to observe, the more patterns we begin to notice, and the more we discover. And while this garden might seem quiet at first, there's actually so much happening here all at once. Pollinators are searching for food, and flowers are depending on those pollinators to help carry pollen from plant to plant. And all of these living things are connected. So next time you're outside, try stopping near some flowers for a moment. Watch closely, listen carefully, and see what you notice. You might be surprised by how much movement and activity is happening all around you. And remember, the more you notice, the more there is to wonder about. Until our next Wonder Walk, keep exploring